Good morning to all and welcome to the session, the Hindu Editorial Analysis for Proficiency in English. Let us start the session with the front page. Front page, the first news item, MEIL's 584 crore to BJP's top donation to any party. It is about electoral bond and it is a top donation to any party. There's nothing to learn vocabulary point of view. And all details about poll bonds handed over to EC, SBI tells SC. It seems SBI has handover means to give, handed over to EC. SBI tells the Supreme Court. Again, all simple words. BJP government not yet fascist, but is getting their Kamal. Fascism, a political term, and you have to spend some time on that because it is something like ideology. Coming to the next one, ED arrests Delhi CM Kejriwal in excise policy case. Easy to understand. Tamil Nadu governor defying the Supreme Court says Chief Justice of India. Defy means a challenge. That's an important word. Defy, challenge, question. Coming to the editorial page, new capabilities. Today's editorial, the one I'm going to deal with, new capabilities related to missile technology and defense. Three is a crowd, another editorial, and the main editorial, water, an instrument to build world peace. All the words are very simple, but water, an important topic you may get as a passage. If you read, it is better. Navigating the global waterscape, its challenges. Usually we use words like landscape, seascape, and here we have a new term, waterscape. That means the water, availability of water in different regions. This is all about the editorial page. Let us go to the enrichment part. What are you going to learn from today's session? As usual, a reading skill related to missiles and comprehension skill, defense related, vocabulary enrichment 25 plus words, grammar consolidation, and effective English 5 idioms. Exam topics, error location, misspelled words, and Parajumble. Coming to writing skill, defense related, better if you read. It helps in the long run. Let us have a look at editorial vocabulary. Not too many words, and many words are quite familiar. The very first one, missile. Oh, I'm really sorry. I could not bring the meanings of these words, lack of time. For today, we'll skip. When we go to the editorial, I will tell the meanings. What is this editorial about? This editorial is about India's recent technological milestone. Recent technological milestone, important thing in its nuclear weapons program, specifically the successful test of the Agni 5 ballistic missile with multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicle capability, MIRV capability. The tone of the editorial is informative and analytical, both informative and analytical. How does it start? New capabilities. India and Agni 5 with MIRV. New capacities, new capabilities, new expertise. But what is the main idea? The choice of MIRV on Agni 5 gives it a range and ability to defeat defenses. Generally, we use this word in the singular form, but here for the first time I have come across in the plural form, defenses. Usually we don't say that, but nothing wrong. The choice of MIRV on Agni 5 gives something what? A range and ability to defeat defenses, to attack. On March 11, Prime Minister Narendra Modi used social media to announce India's entry into a small club of countries capable of delivering multiple nuclear warheads on a single missile. What is this array, range? Very good, Divya. What is this about? The capability. Capability of doing what? Delivering multiple nuclear warheads on a single missile. One missile, but multiple nuclear warheads. That is a capability. On March 11, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi used social media to announce India's entry into a small club of countries. Not too many countries have this ability, only a few countries. Now, India has joined that group, capable of delivering multiple nuclear warheads on a single missile. This was accomplished with the maiden flight. Maiden means, here I'm going to tell the meanings. This was a missile. You all know it goes with defense, a particular thing that carries either an explosive, in this context, nuclear warhead on a single missile. Maiden, we have got so many times, two or three meanings. One meaning, first, maiden speech, maiden century, means first century, first speech, and maiden flight, first flight. This was accomplished with the maiden flight test of Agni 5, India's longest range ballistic missile, with a range of over 5,000 kilometers, with multiple independently targetable re entry vehicle MIRV technology under Mission Divyastra by the Defense Research and Development Organization DRDO. This was developed by DRDO, Defense Research and Development Organization. And what is the name of this mission? Mission Divyastra. Since its first test in April 2012, Agni 5 has undergone several tests and developments, including canisterization, is also a defense term, to improve its ease of handling and operation. The MIRV systems is indigenous. The MIRV systems, indigenous avionics systems. We have got the word indigenous many a time. And what is this? ME vocabulary. ME vocabulary means what? Indigenous means local, native. So many times we have got the word indigenous. Indigenous means what? Native or local. Actually, it goes with people. Indigenous people means original inhabitants. For that, we also use, you have to recollect one more word I have given many a time, aboriginals, and also words like native, local, indigenous people, indigenous industries. But here we have a new combination, the MIRV systems, indigenous avionics systems. That means locally built indigenous avionics systems and high accuracy sensor packages ensure that the re-entry vehicles reach the target points accurately. Accurately means correctly. The DRDO said the mission accomplished the design parameters, certain standards, criteria. It has accomplished. Accomplish an important word. You're all trying to accomplish success. Means what? Achieve. He is an accomplished person. Means he has achieved a lot of success. The test also comes 5 years after India's maiden, again, anti-satellite. Anti, you have to be careful. This is a prefix which means against. And there's another prefix you have to be careful about, ante. It means before. Anti, against. Ante, before. Antenatal, prenatal. Here, the test also comes 5 years after India's maiden anti-satellite AS-80 test under Mission Shakti. Another accomplishment, on March 27, 2019, a live satellite in the low Earth orbit of around 300 kilometers was shot down using a modified interceptor, something that stops, of the ballistic missile defense system. Interception also goes with telephone conversation. Imagine terrorists, they have a network and they are conversing. Then intelligence agencies can intercept, they may intercept and avert some problem related to the peace. This is a significant technological breakthrough. Significant means important, technological breakthrough, some achievement, development that furthers, again, you got to be careful, farther distance, further in addition to, furthers India's nuclear weapons program and strengthens second strike capability. This is particularly important given India's nuclear doctrine, Philosophy. Doctrine means a particular set of ideas or beliefs. And here you can simply remember philosophy. This is particularly important given India's nuclear doctrine. Nuclear philosophy, what is it? Based on a no first use policy. What is our doctrine? What is our policy? We will not be the first one to use the nuclear weapons. A no first use policy. Credible, credible means believable. Minimum deterrence and massive retaliation in case of a first strike. It means what? If you have a policy, no first use policy, minimum deterrence, credible minimum deterrence. Nuclear weapons always have been telling nuclear weapons act as deterrents. Means I have nuclear weapons, you have nuclear weapons. No one is going to use. They are only for the sake of, they act as deterrents, they discourage. Exactly. But here, credible minimum deterrence and massive retaliation in case of a first strike. Imagine some other country attacks first. Then we have the ability to retaliate on a large scale, massive retaliation, which was espoused in 2003 after the nuclear test of 1998. Espoused in 2003 after the nuclear tests of 1998. The choice of the MIRV on Agni 5, a three-stage solid-fueled engine, is significant as it is focused towards China. Given its range and multiple warheads, give it the ability to defeat missile defenses. It talks about the features of this particular thing. India completed the nuclear triad. Triad means the three things. India completed the nuclear triad when Mr. Modi declared in November 2018 that the country is the first nuclear powered ballistic missile submarine. INS Arihant had finished its first deterrence patrol. You go around checking everything is fine, and you have to be careful. Two words. First one is rather familiar. This goes more with police and the defense people. The MIRV is the next technological threshold. Threshold means the peak, reaching the ultimate point. The MIRV is the next technological threshold in this direction, and it is now only logical and a matter of time before the MIRV is deployed. Deploy means to place in position on submarine launched ballistic missiles. China, which is fast expanding its nuclear arsenal, means what the range of weapons one has already deployed, placed in position MIRV technology, first deployed by the US in 1970. Pakistan claims to have tested it as well. Pakistan also has. In this regard, the other side of this development is the factor of escalation dynamics. Imagine China has, Pakistan has, what is the net result? Escalation dynamics. Escalate means to take to a higher level. That is going to accelerate, speed up in the region with China and Pakistan. Escalation dynamics are going to get accelerated. Accelerate means to speed up. This spiral race of one upmanship means one country top position, next time another country top position. This spiral race, it keeps on going on. This spiral race of one upmanship is only going to deepen. It is going to become more, get more technology intensive, obviously technology based, and turn out prove to be an expensive endeavor as well. All this results in spending a lot of money, and based on that turnout, in this context, turnout means prove to be, generally turn out to appear, but here it means it is going to prove to be an expensive endeavor, expensive project, expensive taking as well. Obviously, not all these technology driven or technology intensive weapons or missiles. India has to, any country has to spend a lot of money. That's all about the editorial. Let us go to questions based on this editorial. First question. What did Prime Minister Narendra Modi announce regarding India's nuclear capabilities on March 11? Credible, believable, incredible, unbelievable. Yes, Tripura Sundari. Strengthen, fortify, very good, Naidu, Paidi. Attack back is retaliate. Military deployment, good combination. Deploy soldiers, troops, very good. The Netherlands, the Philippines, the UK, yes. Expedite, accelerate, speed up, very good. We are running out of time. So many things we cannot do, Pandu. I thought of that. Anyhow, I will separate. Let me see. Then we can spend more time. India's successful test of the Agni 5 missile. India's deployment of INS Arihant submarine. India's entry into a group of no answer is not A, answer is C. What did Prime Minister Narendra Modi announce regarding India's nuclear capabilities on March 11? India's entry into a group of countries with MIRV technology. I think it is C, not A. According to the editorial, what is the significance of the Agni 5 missile with MIRV capability? What is the importance of Agni 5 missile with MIRV capability? It enhances India's conventional warfare capabilities. It strengthens India's first strike capability. It enables India to overcome missile defenses and extends its range. It facilitates India's nuclear disarmament efforts. No. Answer this carefully. 2C. It enables India to overcome missile defenses and extends its range. Yes, very good. What is India's nuclear doctrine primarily based on? What is India's nuclear weapons policy or philosophy or doctrine or belief? An important question, but easy to answer. Preemptive strikes against potential adversaries, no first use policy, credible minimum deterrence, and massive retaliation. Obviously, no first use policy. Credible, it ensures minimum deterrence and massive retaliation. B is the answer. Very good. Which country is particularly mentioned as a focus for India's MIRV equipped Agni 5 missile? Russia, no. United States, no. Australia, no. So, what is the answer? Obviously, Pakistan is the answer. The editorial mentions two countries in the region. One is China, the other one is Pakistan. Yes, very good. What is the potential consequence of India's technological advancement in its nuclear program? According to the editorial, increased international cooperation in disarmament efforts, a decrease in regional tensions, escalation of the arms race in the region, improved diplomatic relations with neighboring countries. This is also a little challenging. You have to be careful. Potential consequence of India's technological advancement. Answer is C. Escalation of the arms race in the region. Technology based arms race escalation. The word escalation is a clue for you. I have three courses are being offered right now. Just listen for a few minutes. Courses being offered: English foundation course for all competitive exams, live classes in English. English foundation course, live classes, bilingual, English and Telugu. Grammar course recorded, not live. These two courses are live. One is in English, the other one bilingual. And grammar course recorded, only in English. Now let us go to exam topics based questions. First five questions, spot the error. Read the first sentence and try to answer. Spot the error. It is a move that drew flack from his predecessor, Rohit Sharma's legion of fans, beside affecting others such as Jasprit Bumrah and Surya Kumar Yadav. This is an important expression, draw flack, means to be criticized. It is a move that drew flack. Do remember. Pandu is the first one, very good. It is a move that drew flack from his predecessor, the one earlier captain. Rohit Sharma's legion means a group of fans. Beside is not the right word here. We have to use besides. It drew flack, that is one thing. Besides, in addition to that, affecting others such as Bumrah and Surya Kumar Yadav. You should always remember, beside means what? Next to. Besides means what? In addition to. In this context, it is not next to, it is in addition to. Go to question number 2. All laws and policies are framed with the purpose of addressing a public issue with a view to improving the situation from when the problem was identified. No, from when, nothing wrong. It talks about the time, situation from when the problem was identified. From the time the problem was identified. That's what it means. Not from where. Nothing wrong with. It refers to the time. From the time the problem was identified. From when the problem was identified. The sentence is not easy to understand. Answer is no error. That's why I have brought. There is no error whatsoever. All laws and policies are framed, present tense, passive voice, with the purpose of addressing, dealing with a public issue with a view to. Here, this to goes with a view, with a view to improving. Nothing wrong with that. The situation from when the problem was identified. No error is the answer. Yes, Divya. Very good. Question number 3. To create synergies and devise scalable solutions, integration of NPD in the dispensation of public services is generally being advocated for. Please go to question number 3. To create synergy, different things act together, then the impact is more. Here, nothing, devise, here it has been, we have to use a verb form, it is a verb form. But you have to recollect noun, and this is verb. Nothing wrong. Devise or create scalable solutions, integration of NPD in the dispensation of, there's an error here. Dispensation, not double F, single F. There is an error in the second part. Of, it is not OFF, it is OF. Dispensation of, single F. That is the error, not double F. Question number 4. Therefore, disease elimination should be planned after careful analysis only of the costs and benefits and with informed political support to generate the best outcomes with the least adverse impact. Yes, off, OF off. Very good. Good. Question number 4. No one has responded. Second part, who is this? Suma says second part. Question number 4, you have to answer. Pandu says second part. But what is wrong with the second part? Therefore, disease elimination should be planned. We should plan active voice, it should be planned passive voice, nothing wrong. After careful analysis only, whenever you come across the word only, you have to be careful. Position is very important. We use the word only before whatever it describes. Here it is not the correct position. We have to use only. Therefore, disease elimination should be planned only after careful analysis of the costs and benefits. Only should be before, after. I repeat, therefore, disease elimination should be planned only after careful analysis of the costs and benefits. Very good. You guys, how do you come up within no time with all these words? Go to question number 5. That the BCCI had to offer monetary incentives for players to turn out for tests is truly an ironic moment as it is a much hyped product, the IPL, which is cannibalizing talent from the longer format. That means the tests. Question number 5, you have to read meticulously. No one has responded. No, not the fourth part, which is cannibalizing talent from the longer format. Nothing wrong with that. Yes, Pandu has got it right. Here, that the BCCI had to offer monetary incentives for players to turn out is not correct. Turn up for tests. Here we have to use a phrasal verb. I told many a time, you have to be careful with these two. Turn up, we also use a phrasal verb show up. Turn up, show up means to appear, appear. Turn out also means appear, but a different connotation and usage is different. Imagine elections or an important event or a function. The turnout was good means the number of people who attended the particular event. How was the turnout? And it goes with the more people and event. There was an event, the turnout was good, means many people attended the event. But turn up goes with individuals. Turn up, show up, appear. Your turnout is not correct, turn up is correct. Very good. You have a parajumble, you have to read very carefully. Not that difficult, some clues are there, but there are 6 parts, you have to be a little careful. Hard because directly you cannot give the reason, so it cannot be the first one. Comparison, longer format, longer than T20s. You can also say the longest. Here, the longer form, the it refers to specific. Don't take the means we have to use a superlative form. In this context, the longer format means tests. It refers to the specific nature. 3, 4, good, you should be happy. All the 5, outstanding. Some hikers believe, hold this one, hold this also. This cannot be the first one, in the sense that perhaps, but no introduction cannot be, others cannot be the first one. What is the first sentence here? If you get the first sentence, everything falls in place. Writers usually start with something general, then they go to something specific. Here, what is general? Hikers general, Federal Reserve specific. Very good. Yes, Divya. B is the first one. Some hikers believe that the last mile is the hardest. Incomplete. Why is it the hardest? You have to see the sentence that has a reason. All the blisters and accumulated aches slow progress at the very end. BD one pair. Some hikers believe the last mile is the hardest because all the blisters and accumulate boils on your feet, all the blisters and accumulated aches, body pains, slow progress at the very end. You tend to slow down at the very end, the last stage. BD is one pair. Some hikers, then others, other hikers. Based on that, third one should be others swear this is hardest. This is the easiest. Opposite. Others swear that it is the easiest because the finishing line is in sight. When you go to the last mile, some people think it is very difficult because of the body aches and blisters. But some people think it is the easiest. Quite opposite. Why? The sight is the finishing line is in sight. You can see the finishing line. That way it motivates you. F is the third one. E is not the fourth one. Now something, these are general statements. Some hikers and others, general statements. Now specific. For the Federal Reserve, the last mile general, last mile specific. Based on that, C is the next one. For the Federal Reserve, the last mile of its trek to bring inflation back to its 2% target has been simultaneously easy and hard. Two things, easy and hard. First, easy, then hard. Easy in the sense that the central bank has not budged, or you can take the same order. Hard because the wait for inflation to recede has felt rather long. Easy in the sense that the central bank has not budged on interest rates for 8 months, instead, letting its previous tightening do the work. If you look at this writer's approach, first he has started with hardest, then the writer, he or she, went to easiest. Based on that, following the same pattern, A should be the next one, hardest. Has been simultaneously easy. No, no, here he has used easy and hard. First easy, then hard. Easy in the sense and hard. What is the correct order? BD one pair, and in a way, this also goes with BDF one group, CEA one group. There are two groups, general BDF, specific CEA. CEA based on easy, first easy, then hard. The last one is hard. Misspelled words, you see words in bold, may be right, may not be right. You have to find out the word that has been wrongly spelt. Discussion is an exchange of knowledge, whereas argument is a depiction of ignorance. Exchange of knowledge, depiction of ignorance. Yes. What is the spelling of argument? Argument. The ministry's proposal for an autonomous, overarching authority for higher education and research was finally approval. Some of these go with the word forms, some go with spellings, some go with the inappropriate word. You have to look at every aspect, not only spellings. The ministry's proposal for an autonomous overarching authority for higher education and research was approved. No, 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 no. Don't simply look at the spelling, look at the appropriateness, look at the word forms. It was approved. We approved something active voice. It was approved passive voice. The correct word form approved. All are correct is not the answer. Approved. Silent retreat is to retreat in wordless prayer, gazing out the window of your heart and going for slow meandering walks in a garden. In a zigzag manner. As I said, three things you have to consider. One, inappropriate. It could be inappropriate. It could be misspelt. It could be wrong word form. All the three you have to take into consideration. Inappropriate, misspelt, wrong word form. Here, wrong word form. Silent is not the right word. Right word we have to use. Silence. Silent worker, adjective. But here we have to use a noun. Silence can be a noun, can be a verb. But in this context, noun. A majority of army tanks continue to grope in the dark, stricken as they are with an acute case of night blindness. This is rather easy, should not be that difficult. A majority of army tanks continue to grope in the dark, struggle in the dark, stricken as they are with an acute case of night blindness. What is the spelling of acute? Severe. Acute pain, severe pain. Back home, the ever affable Bollywood singer shares the excitement of having performed at the Royal Hall in London. Yes, acute pain, severe pain. What is the answer for the fifth one? What is the spelling of affable? Effable. Affable, not AE. First one, nothing wrong with having performed, non finite verb. Nothing wrong with that. Only one error. First word is not correct. Idioms and phrases, five idioms. Read carefully, some are confusing. Hit the road, drive a hard bargain, off the wagon, highways and byways, my way or the highway. can be described in words, affable. Four, good. One is difficult, remaining four not that difficult. But you got to be a little careful. Don't be hasty. You have to think of misspelled aspect, inappropriate aspect, and also word form aspect. All the three are important. Hit the road to begin traveling, to leave a place, to go away. Drive a hard bargain, negotiate forcefully. Off the wagon, no longer able to abstain from a habit. Haste makes waste. Highways and byways, major and minor roads, my way or the highway. People have to do what you say, otherwise, they will have to leave or quit the project. Hit the road means to start traveling. Drive a hard bargain, negotiate forcefully. Business context, travel context. Off the wagon, habit related, to no longer able to abstain from a habit. Go back to the old habit. Highways and byways, major and minor ways. My way or the highway. You have to either follow or quit. That's all for today. Thanks for being with me till the fag end of the session. I could not bring, because a tight schedule, the meanings of the words I could not change, lack of time. And have a nice day. Do remember to subscribe and share. Thank you very much.